Well, I have four podcasts to record today. I don't know when I'm going to upload them. Four subjects that are in my mind. The first one is about Trump. Uh, the positions of Trump. I agree with some parts, but I disagree with the most part. First, that he is a narcissist, he is mad, more or less like Bolsonaro, but Bolsonaro is soft in comparison with David uh, Donald Trump. Uh, what I think that Donald Trump is a sexist. Uh, he's like Hitler. He's putting people in cages, like Hitler did with Jews, and with Gypsies, and with Russians and Polish people. At that time, I think why didn't anybody take an action to stop Nazism? But now I see that it's happening the same thing in the United States, and it happened also with Berlusconi in Italy, with Sarkozy in France, more with Berlusconi in Italy putting people in cages, and the world does take an action. The media pretends they are not seeing. So it's very wrong. About white supremacists, I think that first his wife is not American. She should be put out. Second, uh, the white supremacists voted in him. And just one thing that I think that Trump is right. In the case that people like they are running from poor countries in Africa, in Syria, in the countries that have war, need really a better place to live without war, with better conditions. I think that the immigrants are right to travel to a better country. But Italy is so small, so people should go to bigger countries. Maybe Brazil. Brazil accepts everybody. Or even United States. That's a big country. There are many. But Italy is a very small country. But maybe people don't have money to go further. But in the case of Brazilian people and Latin people, uh, at least in Brazil, the situation is not good, but it's not terrible as some other countries in Latin America. And I don't mean Argentina, because Argentina is bad economically, financially, like Brazil, but not as bad as other poorer countries, more poor countries in Latin America, in South America. It's not the case of Mexico. I I don't think that, for example, Brazilian people, Argentina people, Mexican people are so bad that they need to go to live in another country to be richer. Although there is another point, there is a point that the world is free to travel. Everybody can choose where to live, and so there are contradictions. But I don't think Brazil is so bad, because so many Brazilians uh, invade the United States as like it was the paradise, and it isn't the paradise. For example, Brazil system, health system, we have public doctors, we have public hospitals, we have public dentists, we have public courses, we have public a lot of advantages that that are not in the United States. there is unemployment here, but there is unemployment in the United States. People just travel to do the work that the American or the European don't want to do, like being construction workers, maid. So why not stay here and be an engineer? You will make money the same way. It's Guinness, it's ambition. So in this sense, it's not fair that United States and even Brazil with the other people uh, can be used for these purposes to people to be rich, because we are not dying of hunger, we are not starving. Uh, People go for ambition, and in this I agree with Trump. But on the other hand, he does have the right to put people in cages. He should say, go back, pay the passage, the ticket back, the flight back, go to your country, or separate the cases that the people are running from real bad situations, like in Africa, like in poor countries, like in countries like the first immigrants here in Brazil and the United States that ran away from the war to not take bombs. My family, some people that stayed in Europe died with the bombs on their houses. So these people have the right to have a better life, but not also make, for example, Italy is a small country. They must go to Russia, divide for bigger countries. So that's what I think. But Trump is completely mad. I hope he isn't re-elected. He destroyed Obamacare. American people doesn't have, for example, free funeral. Funeral in Brazil, you have free funeral. So there are many advantages to live here. And people think that's the golden place they are going to the United States or to the Europe. Europe, I think maybe it's a little better. I don't know the situation of Europe. But I think people should move in the case of romance. They get married, they have to choose one country to live. Uh, but for not for Guinness. Because if you are good, all the countries will be good for you to make fortune, for you to do your job and make money. This is what I think. But Trump is a moron. Bolsonaro is deceiving me a lot too, because he just do bad things to the poor people. He doesn't do anything new. The dollar is exploding, getting high. It's getting good to the American people come here, but it's getting bad to Brazil. Brazilian people to bring their artists to travel. So Bolsonaro is also shit, but Trump is the biggest shit in the world. He is the new Hitler, and he doesn't have any idea about the climate thing. And Bolsonaro is going for the same way. And Bolsonaro, uh, he is eating the ass of Trump, because, and he is taking also. Trump doesn't value him, and he runs like a puppy after Trump. Bolsonaro is funny. He likes the United States. So this is what I think about this subject.